first grandfather to win a Triple Crown race?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the. I guarantee I'm the first grandfather to win a Triple Crown race.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll get everybody settled in again here. You want to stay, Wayne?
I want to hear what he says.
Go ahead. Who am I to say? You can ask the first question if you want.
When did you think you had it won? That's what they all.
No, I just reiterate that he ran a huge race in the Kentucky Derby. We were, I don't consider that we were really part of that fast early pace. That was the leader that day. We were 5 lengths off of it, and this horse has such a high cruising speed. He'll fool you a little bit. And I was very comfortable. He was very comfortable in the Kentucky Derby. And when I hit the half-mile pool, the leader was out there a ways. Normandy Invasion came up outside of me, and that forced me to move possibly a bit earlier than I wanted. But when you're in the Kentucky Derby, you don't give anything up, and you try and get away with what you can. I won't say it backfired on us, but I learned a heck of a lot about Oxbow. What he did the final eighth of a mile, when he was breathing fire a little bit, everybody else caved in. He didn't. I had a heck of a time pulling him up after the race, and it showed me how much heart he had. Came back on Monday, breezed him for Wayne, and we didn't want anything fancy. Just quiet, nice, relaxed. He warmed up relaxed. He worked relaxed. He pulled up relaxed. And that's all I was looking for, and I think that's all Coach was looking for. And I stayed away all week long. I've been watching on TV a little bit, and I liked what I was seeing, the way he was galloping, and I loved the pre-race warm-up today. And we had talked about strategy, and I didn't expect to be on the lead. As I said earlier, in these classic races, you don't give up anything that they give you free. And they gave me a free 3/4 of a mile today, and I was smiling pretty good midway down the backside, and I actually thought about Wayne up in the grandstand. I knew he had to be looking at those fractions and pleased with what he was seeing. And when I saw Oxbow's ears fluttering back and forth at the 3/8 pole, a thought of the 1988 Kentucky Derby came back to me. I said, kick from here, try and get some separation from the field. I don't know how much separation we got from the 3/8 pole to the 1/4 pole, but I had a lot of horse, and I pretty much rode him like I did Skyring the race before. I jumped on him at the 1/4 pole, and I said, let's go now, and put it to him, and just try and last, as we did with Winning Colors. But we did more than last today. We pulled up. He wasn't a tired horse. He was a happy horse. He enjoyed the celebration, I think, as much as, well, maybe not as much as Wayne and I, but he was enjoying it.
Questions?
What?
Ryan Russell from the Racing Journal. Third Preakness now, third Derby, 3 Belmonts. What is it like? Your first Triple Crown race, you won with Winning Colors for this guy. What's it like to win this?
Hey, Gary, I got to repeat the question for everybody upstairs. Question is, what's this like winning another Triple Crown race for Wayne? You won your first one back in 1988.
Well, that first one is one I'll never forget because it put me on the map with Winning Colors. Wayne put me on the map. When you win that first classic, your phone starts ringing. People want you. And that's why I got the phone call for Oxbow this year, dating all the way back to 1988. But I'm not going to lie to you. To win a classic at 50 years old after 7 years retirement, it doesn't get any better than this. This is super, super sweet, and it happened for the right guy. All the stars were aligned, and I couldn't be more pleased winning this thing. It's even more special winning it for Wayne Lucas and his team.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had one moment of doubt since January that you came back and you get that
And man,
Gary, hang on one second, please.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Question is, have you ever had one moment of doubt since you came back January 1st?
Bill, I haven't had any doubt at all until this past 3 weeks. I went out from California to Keeneland, and only won 3 races during that short meet, which wasn't bad. It's one of the most competitive boutique meetings in the United States, so I was happy enough with my 3 wins there. But shifting my tack to Churchill Downs, I have not won a race since leaving Keeneland. It's been a month since I won my last race, and granted, I haven't had a lot of opportunities in the right places, but Oxbow 2 weeks ago in the Kentucky Derby was one of my best finishes of a horse that really went out and performed for me. And I thought, you know, maybe my business is lacking. Maybe this was a mistake. And I've been questioning myself. And when riders go through slumps, I don't care if you're 50 years old or if you're 16 years old, you start changing your stirrups on your saddle and this and that. And I told myself today, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's not going to matter where your stirrups are. It's going to matter what kind of horse you're riding. And, man, when I won on Skyring, a $50 horse, just prior to the Preakness, you don't know what kind of boost that gave me going into the Preakness, and it was for Wayne Lucas. And I thought to myself, man, this guy, it doesn't matter what the form looks like on a horse. You go out there with confidence that you can throw an upset. And I went out in the onto the turf course to be legged up on Oxbow, and I couldn't have had more confidence. And after the pre-race warm-up, I was actually, Wayne won't like this, but I was joking with Donna Brothers in the post-parade. I said, can I borrow that microphone, take it with me, maybe interview Joelle halfway through the race? And she said, you're not getting this microphone. But I was very relaxed, very happy, and it's just funny how things go. But one race can really boost your spirits, and it doesn't matter if you're 16 or 50.
Charles?
I fully expected that Orb, possibly departing, and Will Take Charge would be making a run, but I came into the stretch so loaded. I couldn't believe that no one challenged me going into the far turn, and when no one did, I said, I think everybody's in trouble right now. And I expected to maybe see a horse come up and shadow me the last 50 yards, at least get up on my hip, on Oxbow's hip. And when that didn't happen, when I didn't see anybody by the 16th pull, and Oxbow was not responding to the presence of another horse, normally a horse can hear before myself, and with their vision, they can sense another horse come up, and they'll kind of jump in it. And I actually, a lot of critics are going to think that I'm full of it saying this, but I won with a little something left, believe it or not.
Garrett, there's a question from upstairs. Every win that Oxbow has been on the lead like you won today. Is that his MO? Is that what you're going to see from here on out, you think?
I wouldn't necessarily say so. He's definitely, the thing about with him being on the lead, he rated himself today. Wayne Lucas has this old saying that he tells jockeys, his last instructions, just take about 5 pounds of pressure on those reins and put a little smile on their face, give them some confidence. And that kept ringing through my ear when I was in the starting gate today, just making him comfortable and put a smile on his face. And he had that smile on his face for a long ways today. And as long as he's comfortable in a rhythm, and he was very comfortable today, he rated himself. I was just a passenger. So another thing that I'll answer right now, because I know the questions are going to be coming, what about the Belmont? This horse has that happy kind of pace, and anybody who wants to come and tangle with him early on, bring it on. You're going to get in trouble if you tangle with him. That's all I can say. And I know Coach well enough where what he's thinking already, and I'm thinking along the same lines. As long as he acts as happy in the morning as he did in the winter circle, I can't wait for 3 weeks from now.
I'll ask one from me.
Okay.
While you were doing TV, did you ever think, and you were watching your colleagues, your brethren, sit here and answer these questions and watch them celebrate wins in the Triple Crown Series? Did you ever think you'd be back here doing this?
Well, I'll just say that my great friend Mike Smith, who's more like a brother than a friend to me, we've been through so much together over the years. Watching what he's done since my retirement over the last 7 years to continue on as he has at a high level was a big inspiration for me. Just did an interview from a French television station as well, and watching Olivier Pellier do what he's done. I've ridden with him so many years, and to see him ride at the level that he does, both of those guys gave me a lot of inspiration. I thought back to Lester Piggott and his comeback in the Breeders' Cup, of what he did. I won't go where he's been, where he was and came out of retirement and pulled off what he did with Royal Academy, but you don't forget what you're doing, and you're only as good as the horses you ride and the people that you ride for. And I rode for what I consider to be one of the greatest trainers of all time today. Oh, I didn't know you were standing there still. I did, but no. I love you, Wayne.